doing?
Tom, when we talked to you last, you said your emphasis is going to be on winning the next practice. How did that go, and can you educate us on
The next
what
practice
that
was
looks
really good. Today's was okay. You know, it's kind of strange, too, when you have a lot of days in between this time of year. It's good for us, but it also is hard on them because practicing. But you're going to see, I think, one of the better teams that have played in here in years. I'm not trying to make them out to be the best. Cal will say that they're not very good on film. I mean, they beat Cincinnati pretty good, who beat Michigan. On film, this is an athletic team that can shoot the ball, that got great guard play and good size, and 8 deep of really good players. So this is going to be a great test for us. But if we're not at our best, we're in trouble.
With the way they can drive it, is that a good thing to face a team that can really drive the ball like they can?
Is it a good thing for who? My health or your rating?
Consider what you have to work on as a team.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing this early because we're going to have some issues with it, but we have spent a lot of time on transition. They score almost 70% of the time in transition. That's really big for them. We're going to have to defend it, keep them out of the paint, and rebound the ball and run ourselves. Yeah.
You usually like the track meet, but this one you're a little more uneasy about?
Well, put it this way. They're a better track team than we are right now, but that's something we've got to keep working on. But if we rebound the ball and score the ball, the track meet goes down, So they're just very good at it. Both those guards, are two, I think, of the better guards in the country. So they can bring it. Yep, they can bring it.
They got a couple of young guys too. I think Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff, some freshmen. Is it hard to scout for those two, considering they play some?
Well, I know Acuff because he's from our state, and he's done a good job. And Thomas, who came from that overtime elite, might be their best player. For a freshman, I don't know how long he was down there, but he can shoot it, he can guard it, he can put it on the floor. I've been really impressed with him. I really like his team. I told John that I really like his team. And yet, John plays posse sometimes. So I don't know. We all got problems, though. When things are going good, everybody's good. When things aren't going good, sometimes things rear their ugly heads. So we've got to be better than we've been. That's no secret. I mean, young guys, we got 6 guys that need to get some playing time and experience, and our best players got to play good.
When you look back at the last game and the post defense in particular, I know you were kind of hard on Jackson and Cooper, but how critical are they in this game to kind of contain that inside?
Well, it's different. They don't really pound the ball inside, so they're going to have to guys on the perimeter a little bit more, but those guys just got to play better. And like I said, I still, as I watch that film 10 times, I still say that team played really good that night. If they played as good as they did that night, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But we need more out of Coop. We need more out of Cohen. And those 2 guys, I think, are ready to give us more. They need to.
With Cohen, like a year ago with Jaden, he wanted to be the guy, and it took him. It sort of is a similar thing with Cohen, and sort of understanding wanting a different role.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be the man until you get to be the man, and then there's pressure on you to be the man. I worry about Coop and him in that way. But I think they both played enough basketball. They'll find themselves, but it's not going to happen right away. And with the schedule, it's got to happen sooner rather than later. So, I think Cohen knows that we really got to work on our defense. We got to get better defensively. He is a good defender. If you remember, though, Jaden was not. And I give Jaden credit. He just grew and grew and grew as those first 10 games went on, and he became our best defender. So hopefully the same thing will happen with Cohen, and then Jeremy's got to be a rock at the point.
Did you see any development from Trey on the defensive side?
Trey and, we're still – what we've questioned most is the 2 spot as far as, which one of those guys. We keep rotating guys in there to play with different people, but Trey's athletic enough to do it, and he's got to put his mind to guarding, and if he guards better, his offense will come. I'm not worried about that.
With the fraternity, within the fraternity, 4 active Hall of Fame coaches still in men's basketball, you, Calipari, Bill Self, and Rick Pitino. Just reflecting on that, I mean, you guys can do a car ride across the country. Maybe that'll be a show. What is it like amongst that group when you having one of those guys come in Saturday?
Well, I'm happy for our fans. I'm happy for you guys. You know, I think you are going to see. I'll be surprised when it's done. You can tell me whether we win, lose, or indifferent. But I do think our fans deserve to see some of the better teams come in here. And John has been a friend of mine. You know, he's crazy like me, but he's been a friend of mine. We've been on all kinds of boards together, and he's got himself a good team. He coaches them hard, and yeah, I think it's going to be a privilege for us, for them, for our fans. This is kind of what you hope to get in the preseason. Great home games. A little early, maybe, but early for them too.
Does it help with swinging back that way a little bit in terms of getting more home campus games versus?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to do it, but for the most part, I don't think so. I don't know that, but I don't think so. There's always these deals at neutral sites. I just really appreciate that he wanted to play here, and I'm going there next year. You know, I appreciate that. I like to see it.
The 6 new guys have been around for a while, obviously, but was there a different experience post-game Monday with them?
Yeah, I mean, they've been around a while, but they're wet. You know, they're still in diapers as far as I'm concerned, you know, even the ones that are older, because it's just a completely new situation for them. And I think every coach is dealing with that, you know, and the problem is we gotta get our rotations down, or otherwise we got 5 new guys and they're at the same time. That you know, some of the things we did last year. We started Shimon early and brought Coop off the bench so Coop could be with that other group, you know, and that helped us some, you know, and we did it with Trey. So I don't know yet, it's too early to tell what we can do, but they understand that, you know, we got punched in the mouth at UConn, a very, very good team. This team's a different team. That team was a screening, running. This team's a running, penetrating team. You know, it's different teams, which should be good for us in the long run. As you said, we are learning about ourselves in different ways.
With Jordan, I know you mentioned guys kind of show different things when the lights are on and it's a real game. But have you been surprised that he's adapted as well as he has to playing in these?
I am. Jordan has been as big a surprise as anybody, because what Jordan does is he plays so hard, and for a skinny guy, that's impressed me a lot. He's really done a good job of playing hard. He's constantly moving, you know, make his mistakes, but it ain't because of effort. And I think Jordan's going to be a hell of a player before it's done.
And he's such a nice kid too. Like,
yeah.
When you meet him, you know, the fire you see come out on the court, it's a little different, isn't it?
It was for us too.
Yeah.
You know, plus he's a real good student, so he's got everything going for him. Just gotta get old quick. Got to get older quicker, more experienced.
Anyone, anywhere is a fabric of this program, but is it times like this that you question that you got yourself into that it's like, if you didn't have that already, would you be putting these type of situations there, but because it's the fabric of the program, you go with it and you embrace it?
You know, I really am excited about it. I really am. I'm as excited for us and me and the team as I am for our fans. You know, it's just been a long time since we get really good teams in here, you know. But would you like it a little later? Maybe, you know, but it doesn't work that way. And so anybody, any place, anytime is here. We'll see if we answer it.
You used to get Texas in more like mid-December.
Yeah.
UConn game that one year.
Yeah, it was in January, you know. I mean, that's the difference right now. And but then again, you get to find out about yourself. You get to see what your warts are. You get to get better at them. And, I mean, you know what? This is a real good team we play. And, you know, it was a real good team that we played in the second exhibition game. And, you know, I still think we look at things when you lose a game, I mean, if it was a regular season, nobody'd expect you to win at UConn. But then you get kind of concerned about it. And then you think you don't play good. I mean, we were down to Bowling Green the year before the whole game, and some of those other teams. So it's just a matter of there's new guys here that aren't as experienced at this level, and that's the difference. If you go out and get guys that came from Texas, maybe they're more experienced at that level, and then those guys, cost more. So it's a 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
The Big Ten schedule, 20 games, that has something with pushing the calendar a little bit too, right?
Yeah, that has. And the 20 games is, at one time it was 16 back when we were playing those teams. And now you play, so 16 and you can play 4 or 5 really big games. Then it goes to 20 and you're playing four really, really good games plus that.
And December, you're playing Big Ten games in December.
And then when you move the 2 Big Ten games into December, I mean, if you look at our next month, it's murderer's row because we've got 4 big games, non-conference, and 2 conference games, which are always big games. So that's 6 big games till, December 13th, 12th? Is that when the last one is? 10th? So that's a lot of games against really good teams, and we just got to make sure that we just keep trying to get better, and that'll be the name of the game for us.
When do you think last year's team clicked? Because it felt like there was a different mood around everybody around the holiday break. When you guys was that about?
I'd say that's, a little bit when we went out to Maui, played decent out there. Then we came back, didn't play as well. Then we had a couple of big games, and but at the same time, we had gone to Spain. We had done some other things. Went to the UP. We got to do a few things like that we didn't get to do this year. So, but it still took 4 or 5 weeks to really, nobody knew how good we were going to be or what was going to happen. And so I'm not discouraged at all. I'm impatient, but I'm also, it never changes. Your best players have to play well. And our best players need to play well. If they do, the other guys will come around.
How do you feel the development has been in those 2 weeks since you were going out to UConn for this group?
Since I went out to where?
Since to UConn.
UConn.
The 2 week kind of built, how much do you feel like this
I think our players have a better understanding of what screening, getting screened is, the physical nature of the game. Both those teams ran some incredible offenses, ones we might not see for a while. This one's going to be different in different ways. The screening and that isn't the same, but the athleticism and the size is and the speed is different.
They pressed a little bit against Southern. Did they do that much last year, full court pressure? They did against Southern last year.
Not as much, because now they got 2 point guards they're starting. And they had Flynn last year, but I think they got 2 guys that are more into that, and so they'll press more, yes. It's a man press. They don't zone press much, but they'll just come at you. And they play 8 guys, and they play them all pretty much the same and really come at you.
Have you played Arkansas since the grade 8
played them,
back
then? It's been a long time since I played.
Yeah, like the last one.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is
30 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Thinking back to past matchups with Coach Cal, just what do you remember about anything that sticks
I always
out to
remember
you
the
from
last
that?
one because we beat them. But, all kidding aside, Cal and I we've been on boards together forever trying to fight the insanity. And we both feel the same way. I just saw a couple of great, I don't think they were podcasts. They were just, he had some great things to say about what he feels, one-time transfer and stuff like that. Kel doesn't get the credit. He's a very good coach. He is very demanding of his players. Everybody just thinks he gets the best players. But he's very smart in the profession, and I think he was great on those boards. He really had a good insight on things, and he's been in pro ball too. So, he's done a good job. He just, he kind of learned at Kentucky you can't have all freshmen. That didn't work as well for him, and he figured it out.
In the Arkansas program, you've talked about it before, but the grade 8, Nolan Richardson, you probably remember that day pretty well. And what and what you
Yeah.
thought about Richardson in that program at the time and through the years.
I loved Richardson because I was, when I went to Tulsa for those 6 illustrious weeks, Nolan had coached the team, a couple years earlier, and they were really good, and the guy took over for him I worked for. But Nolan was a god down there in Tulsa, and then he went over to Arkansas, and I watched his teams, I loved them, but what I remember most, and I think it gave us a lot of confidence, is when we beat them in the grade 8, I think we had 26 offensive rebounds. And that coined Judd to say, your greatest offense is the missed shot. But it kind of started our identity. So Nolan helped me with my identity in a strange way.
Out of survival, you had to. You had no choice.
No choice.
You mentioned new guys in your program getting used to just things around here, whether they're freshmen or older. How do you want to message this game to those new guys in terms of you guys play these types of games? It's not necessarily a Super Bowl. You've won them, you've lost them.
It's funny because the reason we met there, I got an early morning meeting with those guys, and I'm going to go over all those things on what we do it for, why we do it, but how they should benefit from it, and not fear it, but benefit from it. And so I'm going to talk to them about that and show them some film. I might post some ones of some young guys other years, and it is the problem, a couple of them have been in 3 programs, and that makes it harder. And so, in general, I think they're going to love it. I think the place is going to be hopping. I think people are hungry for seeing a game like this. We just got to answer the bell the same way.
Fair is that's something you think about, though, not making it too small, but definitely not too big, I guess, either for them. Like, putting the right amount of
me,
focus
if
on
it's
it.
big to me, it's going to be big to my speech, and it's going to be big to them. So if that's pressure, hey, welcome to the real world. That's why you came here. So I think, I'm sure I'm going to make it a big game. We don't get to have these kind of games at home all the time. And so it is a big game. It's a big game for them, too. And I think that that'll be my message to them. You're damn right, it's a big game. And there's been a lot of players before you that paved the way to make it a big game, and now you've got to continue because of them.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank